Hey friends, we're back with part 3, where I continue after absolutely beating the puberty out of Deathstroke, and we have just acquired, the most broken gadget in potentially all of the Arkham series. Not the most overused, calling you the cryptographic sequencer. No, the Bat Claw. No, not the Bat Claw, shit, the Remote Claw. And Penguin's going to tell me to basically get the FO right now. And I'm going to get on my merry way and see where this Christmas mystery leads me. You know what I mean? They're staying with him for his money, right? Like, Candy and that other lady, like, you know. I mean, we saw how Catwoman felt about Penguin and Batman Returns, you know, like Danny DeVito's Penguin was always trying to get with someone in that movie, if you think about it. Like, half the reason there's literally the line in Batman Returns where he's sold on becoming mayor because Christopher Walken just whispers that he could get unlimited poontang from it. Penguin's always been a bit of a baller, I guess, you know.
Get GCPD to take a look at the final offer.
Again, I was watching. I uploaded part 2. It's. I hate to see how this mod looks on YouTube, and I believe I already said this already, but the original creator of this mod also spoke about this. But for some reason, the mod makes it so when it gets uploaded to YouTube, it's much darker than it actually is. Like, yes, it's darker, there's a bit higher contrast, the shadows really pop and everything, but for whatever reason on YouTube, when YouTube uploads it, and I believe the creator said, like, when he'd upload clips or photos, it would do the same thing where it's like almost so dark, it's like, you know, like, holy shit, how is he seeing why he plays, you know what I mean? Good old Anarchy, man. I'm still debating, maybe if I do, I mean, I've done these side content things a million times before, and maybe I'll do those after if, you know, I want something to upload where I kind of just bullshit and, you know, hang out and chat for a little bit. For right now, I'm just kind of running through the story, though. Got to try to make it before Christmas Day, you know. Can't be doing the Christmas playthrough when it's not Christmas anymore. Not that you can't play this game whenever. I mean, this game, national treasure, you know. This Arkham Origins is a Christmas game, but it's a game for all seasons. Speaking of seasons, doesn't Batman and Christmas just go together like no other, don't they? I mean, you know, Halloween's another one. Just the atmosphere of Halloween and the tone and that whole thing just fits so well with Batman. But there's nothing better than a cool Batman shot of him in the snow, hanging outside in the dark. That shot when Batman Returns, when he's patrolling Gotham in the Batmobile, and you know, kind of stops and looks at the Penguin and everything. And of course, Batman Noel. Like, you know, now that I say that, I need to read that again before Christmas. I've only ever read that once, but I really liked that story. And, you know, what's funny is now that I'm talking about it, I can't quite give off every detail about what that story is, other than it's reminiscent of, you know, some classic Christmas stories integrated with Batman, but that's another classic Batman Christmas story, along with Christmas with the Joker. I watched that, just as the tradition goes, I think 2 days ago now, and over that time, I mean, I've seen so many Batman accounts on Twitter and YouTube and Instagram, all basically proclaiming that, yep, they're doing their, you know, tradition. It's time to give Christmas with the Joker the rewatch right before Christmas Day. Just the classic, you know. I mean, it's just every episode of the animated series, I think, could pretty much be considered a classic. But I mean, that one, for so many reasons, just I wonder if people did a vote on the best episodes, if that would land in the top 5 or top 10. You would maybe think top 5, but top 10 guaranteed, I would say. Yeah. Which also, fun fact, most people know this now, but that was actually Mark Hamill's debut as the Joker. Now, when I say that, it wasn't the first episode that aired with the Joker, if I remember correctly. Or maybe it was. I think it's kind of, from what I remember, it's a little misconstrued right now, because if you were to hop on HBO Max and go watch the animated series, there is a Joker episode that plays in order before Christmas with the Joker. But in the original air dates, that was the first appearance of Mark Hamill's Joker, was Christmas with the Joker, which just birthed, the definitive Joker. No questions asked, right? Conroy's Batman, Hamill's Joker, there's no debate. But what a way to introduce yourself. Like, one, you're already voicing one of the most iconic characters in pop culture history, and you're going to introduce him by singing Jingle Bells, Batman Smells, breaking out of prison on a Christmas tree. I mean, come on. It's actually interesting too, because when I was rewatching that episode, you can tell too, as Mark Hamill got a little bit more comfortable with the voice, or maybe figured out his style and tone more, that the early phases, like, there's sometimes where, like, the laugh you are used to for the Joker, or some of the ways he talks, it kind of flutters a little bit in that episode. Like, his laugh is a little bit different than what you're used to in some other words, and I think it's just interesting because clearly he's got the role, and he's probably pretty confident in what he was doing or how he was going to do it, but at the same time still kind of probably still trying to perfect his role as the Joker and everything, which is, interesting to see. I thought that was funny.
But the grooves on the floor suggest that the victim was killed by someone leaning back in a chair.
I remember when these came out, these crime scene investigation portions, and
This bullet was fired from
I gotta say, is cool as these are cool, and a lot of people were giving it praise because it dive deep more into the detective stuff than the previous Arkham games did. But at the same time, like, doing these now, and maybe it's just because I've done them so much, it's really just hover this, scan this, hover this, scan this, hover this, scan this, And again, I said this before, but I think it'd be interesting, how much more could they dive into the investigation detective work as Batman, and still keep it, like, flowing with a game where it doesn't, kill the entire tone and sort of, pace of the game and everything. Because, you see it in the Batman where he's going back to the Batcave, looking at some things, solving some riddles, jotting down on his notebook, investigating some more. And I almost wonder if would these be better now, instead of this little interactive, like, scan this, if it didn't just play out in a cutscene where we watched Batman, pick up something, speak, look at this, speak again, kind of, I don't know, watching the process of him do it more like we would in, like, a film than just this. But I could be completely the only one, and everyone else could see, say that's a absolutely dog shit idea. Who knows?
Fabric analysis indicates the intruder was wearing a white suit or sport jacket.
I don't know why in this part of the investigation, because when you're doing this at the first, clearly you don't know who attacked Black Mask, the white figure coming out of the window there. But for whatever reason, now that when I do this, sneaking behind a balcony, behind someone's desk, and just absolutely, like, tackling them on a table doesn't seem like something I see Joker doing. Don't ask me why, because it's not like he hasn't done anything a million times more vicious. I'm not speaking it like that. But I just don't... That just doesn't seem his style for some reason to sneak behind him like that.
She was sending text messages to Roman Sionis about someone named the Joker. Someone killed Black Mask, but this crime took place several days ago, and I saw Black Mask earlier tonight.
Who is the Joker?
Who is the Joker? Was he the killer here?
This is back in the good old days when you're playing this and you think Joker's just going to have a little small role in this and not dive too deep into him. And, you know, at this point, you're kind of thinking, yeah, okay, here's his smaller little role. He might, you know, be in and out of the game a little bit, but just a little taste of Joker because, you know, then it's going to get back to Black Mask and dive into that. And we know how that went.
Then that's where I'm going.
Sir, you'd need to physically hack into their servers. If you insist on doing something that foolish, you'll need a powerful, non-lethal weapon. I recommend coming back here to pick up your concussion detonator.
Not a bad idea.
Oh boy, a shield guy. I've never fought one of these guys before. Hooba! Oh, good lord.
8-2.
Yep, that works.
Dispatch, Delta 4-4. Could you raise Delta 8-2?
Stand by 4-4. Delta 8-2. Delta 8-2, come in. Delta 8-2, come in. Delta 8-2, report. Delta 4-4, no response.
Back to the old Bat Cave. Batwing is another kind of thing in this game, in this series, actually, that it's weird how somehow it was included more than you think, but also not included enough. Like, we're always kind of teased with it, I guess I'll say that way, you know. It's kind of shown off in Asylum a little bit, and City, it just drops off some things for it, and then, you know, this one, they're like, yeah, you can kind of use it, I guess. And then Knight said, yeah, we're not gonna do anything with it. Other than, again, doesn't it drop off shit? Oh yeah, it drops off the goddamn Batmobile for you. Trying to see what that says on that note there. Yeah, talk about how dark it looks. I went back and watched a bit of part 1 I uploaded where I tried to look at the letter from Andrea on the counter there, and to me, you know, it says Andrea Beaumont, this, and this, and on the video, I looked at the note, and it was just fucking pitch black. But you guys all get the point, right? It says Andrea. Isn't it crazy to think that the grapnel booster was an optional thing you could get in City? Like, now I couldn't even imagine playing one of these games without it. But I don't know about anyone else, but the first time I played City, I didn't get it. So I did the whole game with the same grapple technique where I was grappling and then he stops, grabs onto the ledge, stands, grapple again, like that very, very slow motion. And still, I mean, I don't know, that's just such an interesting gameplay choice, isn't it, to keep something like that that's almost so mandatory, so vital now, just to like an optional AR gliding reward trick that I mean, to be honest, out of all the side missions, even if you didn't complete the Riddler ones, you probably did more than a lot of people. If you don't know about getting the booster, the AR gliding ones, probably, you know, not a lot of people are going to just rush out to go do those right away. And in fact, those are probably the side missions that I would probably better the least completed ones, just because it's like, or, you know, okay, I can go help Bane destroy canisters, I can go find Frieza's wife, or I can do these gliding challenges. You know what I mean? And in this game, it was clearly that, where they're like, well, I mean, we can't not have it again, but it won't make sense. But just don't ask questions. Just go with it, man. It's not that big of a deal. Which is fair. The thing I notice more about playing these older ones, more than, you know, what's nice about Night, is Night added so much more, like, variety and stealth in these stealth takedowns. Because, like, in this game, you know, you sneak up behind people and he does maybe a variety of 3 or 4 different stealth takedowns when you sneak up behind him, choking him out, to where it's like, you know, Night just adds a little bit more variety that keeps it from getting a little stale. Hello. Knock this guy out and see if I can do this quick enough. Oh god, that's no!
What is that thing?
Yeah, okay, that works. Happy accident. And back to the GCPD.
Another water pipe bursting. Love to go take a look, but, you know, my shift's over. Loeb understood.
This won't be easy. But if I'm going to access the National Criminal Database and find out what happened at Lacey Towers, I need to find the server room without being discovered.
Oh, wonderful. Great guard. Yep, stand right by the gate. Smart guard there.
Must you be so brutal, sir? These are city employees.
They're as corrupt as they come, and they're in my way.
I remember with the Dark Knight challenges in this, it's one of those things where they don't tell you, but if you want to get all that completed, you have to do a lot of it before you reach the end of the game, and if you plan on doing it before the end of the game, you kind of can't. And I remember, because you get, in parentheses, a Dark Knight suit, which Intel is just the Arkham, this suit, but darker. But it was, you know, it's still a new suit. I guess it was cool, but I remember getting to, god damn it, I didn't mean to do that. I remember getting to that point where you're like, yeah, all right, let's do it. And you can't. Speaking of suits, I'm sure everybody knows that old Batman Beyond, old Terry McGinnis is coming to the Fortnite store. Upcoming. There's not a set date yet, but it's been leaked. And when I say leaked, not like, yeah, this is some random source that, you know, no, this is like, it got leaked, and then it got leaked by multiple reputable people on, what do you want to call it, about it coming to Fortnite, to where it's not even like a rumor at this point, or a leak that is just a rumor of when it, you know, it could happen. It's literally, you know, at this point, they've got the leak of it happening, and then they got the leak of the files of the names. And then just today, people were posting that the rest of them got leaked with some of the cosmetics, like the glider, I think a batarang for something, And, you know, there's always like a pickaxe or something. I think it actually said a guitar. I don't know what that is for Terry. And then Joker was I think Joker had a glider and some other things, which I refer to when I say Joker. It's the Return of the Joker, you know, the Tim Drake's, or I guess parentheses Tim Drake Joker that, you know, has the more like purple-esque dark skin suit in a way that he wears in Return of the Joker with Terry. I saw some people too, because the first thing I thought of is when they talk about Terry in a glider. I was like, if it's not his wings, his super badass under the arm wings, then they totally messed up with the glider. I saw someone actually comment, oh, it better be his Batmobile, and it was like the flying Batmobile that I never even considered, which I guess that could be the case of maybe that's what they'll do. I would still buy it. It'd still be kind of cool just because you're a sucker for Batman stuff, but at the same time, like, it would be a little like, yeah, I mean, if it ain't those wings, man, that's a huge missed opportunity there. Joker will be interesting for what glider they decide to do for him. Because in the Joker they did that wasn't like inspired by any sort of film or anything.
No, you have to answer to me.
Gosh, what did they do in that Joker pack? My gut feels like it was like an umbrella or something. I could be wrong. It wasn't anything too, you know, crazy or anything. That's still a great Joker skin they did, though, with the top hat and that classic, you know, style with the coat. One of the coolest, like, very reminiscent of the animated series Joker. I love that look a lot. But like, this skin pack coming out, you know, hopefully some people who watch this, if they're Fortnite people, that's probably one. I'm trying to think. I was going to say one of my most anticipated skin packs to come out, but now I'm trying to argue, like, is there one other than that I've been more excited for? Because, of course, like, the Batman ones I'm always excited for, but, you know, something, maybe it's because this is a movie tie-in, too. Something about this one, and, oh my, I'm getting too distracted talking. I'm getting my shit pushed in. I don't know. I just love Terry, man. Like, and I think he often just gets pushed aside so much that for this to come to Fortnite and get this, it's just, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. Knew I was gonna get hit. It's just so cool. And part of me almost, you gotta hope when things like this get added to Fortnite that has such a vast audience and so many different ages play it, that who knows what that could potentially do in the future, you know? Because you're going to have the diehard people like me who are just going to buy it because they love Batman Beyond. But then you're also going to have maybe younger kids or people who are Batman fans but not too, you know, initiated in everything in the lore. You know, maybe know of him or not know anything about him at all, but then kind of start to get a little bit more interested. Maybe then they look like, hey, who is this Terry guy? Oh, he has an animated series? Let me watch that. Or, you know, for some kids, just like the Miles Morales effect, they might like Spider-Man, but then, you know, they have that other character, the younger character, the more kid that, you know, younger kids can kind of resonate with more. That might happen for Terry too, which I think would be phenomenal. I'm in agreement with everyone. One, it's baffling they're not doing anything with Batman Beyond, film-wise or video game-wise or anything at the moment, other than they're doing a comic series. But that is, to me, a $1 billion franchise, a $1 billion IP spinoff that is just waiting to happen off the hype of Miles and all that. So you can see that works with those spin-off characters. And I'm sorry, but Batman is... People still argue it's Superman, the most popular... You know what? It's Batman. Like, everyone's a sucker for Batman. Batmans always make money. They always are insanely popular. If you give a fresh take of a cyberpunk Batman with Terry and branched out off into I think live action would be cool if they went that route of that unbelievably badass, can't believe it got canceled, or not canceled, but not greenlit, Batman Beyond film they pitched, the Spider-Verse people pitched. You can still watch the short online. It's like a 1 minute little clip of Batman Beyond in the style of Spider-Verse that they showed off as like a pitch to try to see it get greenlit, and it didn't. So even if they did it in an animated form too, animated style film, like, it's just like, what the hell are we doing? You know, why are we not, like, what? I'd like to know, I'd like to hear from one of those guys or some of the people from DC and WB, like, what exactly is it that made it so you guys don't think, oh God, wow, I didn't think he was gonna see me. What is it that makes you think that Terry wouldn't have success? Or what makes you guys scared to, you know, have faith or really commit to that IP? You know what I mean? I don't, because if it's them trying to base it off of like the comic sales, that's not fair at all, because it's not like Terry gets much love or promotion, you know. So the people reading the Batman Beyonds are going to be people, I would assume, who were kind of been, you know, really committed to that character for a long time. So I think looking like, oh, well, it's not selling as good as Batman. It's like, well, no shit. But, you know, maybe if you guys gave him a little bit more love with different or multiple outlets of media, that would be different. But I digress. Who knows? Some people have also seen, I've kind of seen them theorize, you know, Fortnite did the whole sidekick things now. You can get pets and dogs to follow you around. You even got SpongeBob right now. That like if Ace the Bat Hound could potentially get added in as like a companion. Oh my God, my heart just... Did you see those batarangs completely fly over the frickin'... like, oh my God. That guy just launched into space. They just flew right over the cabinet files, just completely over him.
Eyes on, 1041 spotted. Tracking the suspect. Someone back me up.
Maybe I should start playing these stealth sections a little bit more slow and more seriously paced, you know, so it doesn't all go to hell. But at the same time, because you do these so much, I often get to the point where like I just try to experiment or mess around with these guards a little bit more too, you know. So that was me kind of just taking a leap of faith, see if I could make a play out of all those guards being collected together right there, which I lived, so, you know, maybe it's a yes. But, you know, for the sake of the lore, I do always find that, you know, Batman should never be caught, never be hit, never be touched, never be breathed on, etc., etc. So maybe I should just take them more serious by now and just stop trying to dick around when I do them. I don't know. Don't mind me, boys. Nah, I'll take them down. What the hell?
Outrage you, back.
Priority 1 alert. All personnel report to your department head. Need a head count.
Now, instead of just doing the cryptographic sequencer, there's a jammer you gotta unjam before doing the cryptographic sequencer, because you don't do the cryptographic sequencer all the time already in this game. And it is such a brand new and exciting game mechanic that adds so much variety and not repetitive whatsoever when you play this game.
The disruptor in the evidence locker might...
Are you catching the sarcasm in my voice?
This is how it's gonna be, huh?
Not gonna lie. Again, I think this is a repercussion of playing these games so much, but I kind of get tired of the slow motion final punch knockout. Like, now, I can't remember exactly, but I'm sure when I was first playing these games, I thought it was awesome, and it still is kind of cool when you get just a good punch on a guy to finish him off, but just for the sake of fluidity, sometimes when you're fighting and then every last person, you just know that last punch, it's going to slow down time. You're going to have to watch. I don't know. I just sometimes wonder if I wish those weren't in them anymore. They're in night, right? Yeah, they're in night. Hello, boys.
You want a riot?
Good Lord. You know, I said this before, but I gotta give, I never really realized, you know, I gotta give credit to a lot of streamers and players who, you know, when you're kind of bullshitting and talking, plus playing these, like, I'm embarrassed to say the times I get hit in this just because I kind of get distracted with what I'm talking about. Then I get punched, I'm like, oh shit. I don't know. Hopefully that's something you just get better with the more you play. Oh, good Lord. Okay. Yeah, Hank, that was weird. I will, you know, I have to say, because I felt like some of these combat encounters have felt a little weird with the way some of these guards move. Why is it not letting me hit that button? With the way they move, though, and like you saw that guy gets kind of stuck behind... Okay, why? I know it's that button I have to hit. And then, like, you saw that guy get stuck behind that wall right there. I don't know if exactly it is because of the mod or my game's just been weird, but some of the fluidity of these combat encounters has felt like it's glitched out a bit with the way these people react. Okay, I know that's the button I have to press. I don't know if my game's just being weird. Yeah, I know it's not. No, it's not that way. 100% not that way. And I'm pretty positive it's not up here, but I'm just gonna let the Arkham Origins gods maybe it just wants me to simmer down for a minute. There's not a door over there I can get into. Yep. Well, guess I'll go back down there. I know that's where I'm supposed to go. Oh, okay. I want the record to show. You guys all saw me when I was first there. It did not say I could do that.
Good, you've made it to the infirmary. Now look for an entrance.
Hey, Alfred. How's it going?
That will take you to the evidence locker.
Got it.
Kabang. Ah, yes. Gotham City is now saved.
Server room door.
Seems like just in the Batman, I was thinking about, you know, what's going on in the Batman world right now, and kind of seems like, you know, the hottest thing going on right now is just more talk of Brandon Sklenar getting the potential role. You know, people love to get excited anytime an actor follows another actor. You never know. I mean, it could be the case of why that happens, but David Cornsweat started following him on Instagram the other day, and I feel like someone pointed out someone else did too that gave him like an inclination of a potential for the role or potential casting. But that's it's kind of what's going on right now. I mean, that guy's been, I mean, fan casted for so. Oh, come see, I don't know. Something just felt weird right there of why that happened, but you know, I kind of saw some people say that they felt like we could be getting that potential Batman casting sooner rather than later for multiple reasons. Like maybe he'll show up in another DC film briefly before he shows up in his own Batman film, which I could actually kind of see that, you know. For what reason, who knows how they would do it. I guess technically he did show up in animated form already. You know, so they showed off that he existed. But at the same time, you know, who knows? I've seen some people think he could show up in the next Superman movie or briefly, and, you know, who knows what kind of project he could, but people say, when they say sooner rather than later, it seems like they are of the impression that they think he will show up in another project before The Brave and the Bold. If that still remains the name of the film and the story, or what the deal is with that, because, you know, that movie got announced but has also been, under my impression, kind of pushed off so much. You know, and probably for a lot of reasons. I mean, they're trying to space it out from the Batman Part 2, of course. And with other projects and other things going on at WB, like, I kind of see why there's been a lot of time put in between that and a lot of info, or them working straight away on it for a lot of reasons. But, you know, whatever shape or form that film comes alive in, I also wonder if maybe it couldn't be completely different than what we were told, or kind of what you'd expect. You know, it was initially said that it was supposed to follow, you know, the story with Damian and all them, but I gotta be honest, I sometimes wonder if that's not gonna be brushed aside a little bit. Not forever, not permanently, but I wouldn't be surprised if over this time and the thought and maybe decisions, creative things that have happened, they haven't they might decide on, hey, let's do more of the Bat family, let's do Damian or, you know, a Robin, but for now, it makes more sense or works better if we introduce Batman by himself, let him have a story, and then hint at Robin at the end, or introduce him briefly at the end for some reason, you know, to kind of let Batman, the new Batman, breathe a little bit.
Wires. You can access them through the sewers. Wait. Why do you do what you do?
Because I made a promise.
You know what's funny is now I'm so used to this modded face I added onto, I can't even, like, remember what the normal Arkham Origins one kind of looks like. Fun fact, all those armed guards right there, you actually can fight all of them. It's a complete bitch, but you can head out there and fight them all. And, you know, funny enough, you got to be good. It's just like that meeting with Brandon, you like kind of zip line and walk over. Or when you first get in here, you can fight all those people. It can be difficult, but you can make it happen.
I'll take the closest entrance on your map.
Sir, they say the bat doesn't have a gun.
Hey, guys.
Disruptor can be used to jam their weapons.
I always love that, where I guess they just don't see him when he leans over the corner like that. That guy just flew too. I wonder if this mod might introduce some weird things like that, because I can tell you from the million times I've ever played this game, you know, that's not a normal occurrence. Or maybe it's a PC thing. I will say this is the first time I'm playing this on PC. Normally, you know, I've always been OG with, you know, console, the 360, and then the Xbox One backwards compatibility. I think I played it once on PlayStation, but, you know, you have to stream it on that, and it just, that's just not the way to play it. Unless you have to, unless it's your only option and you really want to play it, I would advise not doing the streaming route, you know? It's just not... Ah, damn. Why did I even dare try to open that up with the goddamn cryptographic sequencer thing right there? That's my fault. Oh, doggy. Blast him! Remember in Batman's Forever and Two-Face yells that. Blast him! About to meet old Jimmy Gordon. Old young buck, old Lieutenant Gordon. Just trying to make his way up in the force. Oh my god, did you see my red eyes in that shot?
I don't want to hurt you, but you need to stay out of my way.
Never.
Listen, I'm on your side.
My side.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm so tired of the police integration or them added sub-stories into Batman things right now. Because they always dive with the GCPD for something, and like Gordon's obviously so peanut butter and jelly to Batman like that. But right now I'm so tired of it. I think if I was writing a Batman story or doing a movie, I just wouldn't add the police department. Like maybe they would be in the background, or, you know, we'd mention, yeah, the cops are on their way, but I felt like I would just leave them all out at this point. Like I'm so over the corrupt police department of Gotham City, but then there's still a few good eggs in the force who all don't bow down to corruption, and Lieutenant Gordon's the spark that lights that hope in the police department. Like, yeah, I've heard it a million times now, buddy. I get it. Hey, helicopter.
I highlighted a nearby manhole on your map. Those sewer tunnels lead directly under the GCPD.
Good work, Alfred.
Oh, and, dude...
Very funny, Alfred.
Down there, remember who has to clean your suit.
I don't think on this one you can grapple onto the bottom of the helicopters like you can Arkham City.
Hello, Batman?
It's not really giving me the option.
Sorry for hacking into your comms, but I need a favor. Some evidence crates have gone missing.
I'm gonna glide this bitch in like an airplane. Watch this, right?
So I'm sending you those
Oh, too close. Shit.
Use your weapon disruptor on any crates you find. It'll fry their circuits and render the stuff useless.
There we go. To the sewers we go. It's been bombed! I am crushing those sliding right now. Good hell. Oh, I love these guys. These are one character, and I think the sword ladies were a little reminiscent of them in Arkham Knight, but I wish more these characters or some sort of variation of them would have been added to Arkham Knight. Like the way they counter you back and forth, like this was to me one of the best creative decisions they made for this game. Was these guys, because you feel so cool fighting them when you get the counters. It just It looks awesome, and I don't know, it really does add a cool variety of the fighting to them that I like quite a bit. I think those were awesome. And I like it too, which I used to think of maybe it was a glitch, but who knows, maybe it could still be, but they obviously decided to add it, which I don't blame them. But you'll notice sometimes too, Batman, if you're fighting these guys and then counter a normal thug, sometimes he will do the counter or takedowns that he is supposed to do on these martial artists on these normal thugs. But it looks really cool. I could see where they're like, you know what, yeah, we messed it up, but it's cool, so who cares? And I support them. I support that 100%. Kabang. Oh, I kicked that bitch into another one. Okay, you see how that martial artist like went to hit me and then it stopped and then his counter. See what I mean by there's. Oh my god, and that guy just flew too. Oh my god. I must be thinking I'm just too sly with these slides, that I'm doing it too early. I keep messing them up. Well, that guy was just staring at me like an idiot.
Talk about this for a second.
That was a hell of a kick. Like when they say Batman just beats them until they're crippled and have brain damage, that's one of those kicks right there. I have quite a big fight coming up in one of these rooms. Hello, good sir.
I'm under the GCPD.
Hello, gentlemen.
Explosives here.
I'm going to introduce myself.
On his payroll.
I almost feel. What are all you?
Those wall counters are always super cool. You don't see that one done very often, do you? Where he just shoved, his hand and that dude's head up against the wall. Yeah. Oh, there's a big fight I thought was coming up. Oh, Lord! See? Yep. See how that guy froze for a minute. Okay, well, that was just bullshit. I dove right into that punch. And that one. Oh, did he knock out? Oh, he did me a favor and knocked out the other martial artist. Bang!
The telecom wires you're looking for run right through the chamber you're in.
The telecom wires.
Confirm we now have access to the National Criminal Database.
Connection confirmed. You can now perform DNA analysis. I'm also sending over the police file for the Lacey Towers case.
This photo is from the day of the murder. It's a perfect match. The DNA tells more of the story. But here's something the police overlooked. Roman Sionis owns the Gotham Merchants Bank. And he installed
the security only he could access. Interesting.
Alfred, I have enough information to solve the Lacey Towers case. Here's what happened. By now, Gotham PD thinks Roman Sionis.
These cutscenes got a lot of style to them, don't they?
Murdered by the Penguin.
Like, this is almost kind of what I was talking about. Like, I guess maybe fair play, they do it at the end here, but like seeing all this play out with him narrating is a little bit cooler to me than, you know, maybe just do this from the beginning, or I don't know. You can't do it from the beginning because he hasn't solved that. I don't know. Maybe I'll just shut my mouth.
Which was anything but safe. Sionis showed up later, ready for trouble, and found it. Or so it seemed. Roman's always been paranoid. That's probably why he's lasted this long.
Giovanni.
Sent in a decoy, giving himself the element of surprise. But it wasn't enough. There was a fight. Sionis lost. The killer didn't hesitate to shoot the decoy, but he wanted Roman alive to access the cash stored at the Gotham Merchants Bank. With Sionis under control, all that remained was to tie up loose ends. But it wasn't the fire that killed Sionis' girlfriend. What kind of monster forces a man to kill the
That
ones
is
he
pretty
loves?
cold. It's so unnecessary. Like, I know we're talking about the Joker, but he's like, yeah, you know what? Like, we need to shoot her, but I'm gonna go through all the painstaking effort and time to just do it this way with Roman holding it. Like, you know. Some of these villains just got too much time on their hands.
See if you can find any information on someone named the Joker.
Searching now, sir. There doesn't seem to be anything coming up. What do you know about him?
Not much, but he's taken Black Mask hostage.
Hostage? So Sionis isn't dead?
I don't think so. From what I can tell, he's worth more to the Joker alive. The Joker wants to use him to break into the Gotham Merchants Bank. I'm on my way there now.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're close to an hour now. We're going to call it right there with part 3. Thank you to everyone for stopping by, and I'll be back with part 4 real soon. Take care.